Hey guys, this is IntroducingEmy, and we're back with another Redline Tuesday, and this one was sent to me by Signe, or Signe, or Sin. They come to my streams a lot, but I still don't know if I'm saying their name right. Anyway, they wanted some help on foreshortening this leg and foot, so that's what we're gonna do. And I'm not gonna paint it because that's not what we're doing. I guess I could, but I don't really want to. So let's see. I guess first of all, let me kind of find the hips and waist and stuff. I'm gonna turn the blue filter down a little bit, just so I can see this a little better. Okay, so I think these knees are about right. That's fine. But I think what's happening here is there's like a twist or something going on, so let's do the calf. And the ankle. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back up a little bit because I'm getting a little confused. There we go. So I kind of like to, when I'm figuring stuff out, like draw them like ball jointed dolls a little bit. Like the knee becomes like a ball, and then these are like the hinges around the knee. And then sculpt out your calf. Could probably turn my line correction up a little bit more. This is coming out a little scratchier than I'd like. Maybe thin the ankle out a little bit. And then for the foot, I'm going to make a new layer. And there's a couple ways that I figure out like difficult foreshortening on feet. So this character has these like witch pumps on, or boots. So what I would do is on a new layer, I'm gonna just take some other color. Yeah, that's too close. Let's just do like blue. Okay. So what I would do is, this is gonna seem kind of weird. I would like draw the bottom of the foot like flat, like that. And then I would do the heel cut, and then up into the toesy. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but I would go for that. And I noticed that there's no what do you call it? Arch? Like there's no inner divot to the foot. I'm gonna let that be. But that's something to think about. But doing it like this also allows you, I noticed there's like a design on the bottom of the shoe, like some jack-o'-lantern type designs. That would also allow you to like do all that stuff without like actually drawing and painting it at an angle at first, you know. Okay. Then we're going to hit Control T. And then we are basically going to like warp this into a position that we're like, oh yeah, that's totes how we want the bottom of the shoe, like the angle and everything. So depending on how, what I'm doing, by the way, is I'm holding control. I think I've mentioned this in other videos. I'm holding control until the cursor turns into a little white arrow, and that lets you kind of like warp this into perspective. And you want the top of the shoe to be bigger because that's the part that's coming towards us, and the heel is sinking, you know, back. So then you can, from here, like if you wanted the foot to be pointed down, you could go that way. If you wanted it like more up, you could do that, more out. I'm going to go maybe like that, because that one's kind of pointed down too. And I don't want to get like too whackety schmackety with this. However, that doesn't leave you much for like the bottom of the shoe, you know, which is kind of sad. So then here, I'm going to just clean this up a little bit and move this down. Now here you basically just draw the top of the shoe, which has like a wing? I'm not sure. Okay, that goes... Wait. I was confused. So this goes like back there, but you wouldn't be able to see the top of it, or like inside of it, I should say. Okay, so like that. Now, right now, this looks pretty flat. So then what I would... This is complicated, I know, but this is like how I figure this stuff out. So then what I would recommend doing is... How deep of a heel are we talking here? Now you have to kind of like fill it in and pretend like this character's feet are now extending down a little more here. And where's my eraser? Just to define the surfaces a little more, I'm going to color in that like little like notched out area. The only thing that's like kind of sad about this is now you can't really see the bottom of the shoe, the cool jack-o'-lantern patterns. You might need to like completely reposition the character for that, which would just basically involve doing a whole other picture, I think. And that is up to you. God, I can just hear my computer chugging. I'm getting a new motherboard soonish, I hope. Like after I send out some more Train Human stuff. Buy my book. Because then I can afford the motherboard and install it and have the schwankiest, schmacketiest, dappetiest computer ever. Apparently the brand of motherboard I'm using right now is known to kind of like lock up randomly, which I thought was like a problem I had solved, and I had not. I'm realizing that his toes are like a lot more squared off. just a pro tip, and I know I do this a lot. Sniffing. No. I tend to flip my drawings back and forth a lot, and I've had people be like, well, I can't do that. And it's like, because you're drawing traditionally or whatever. I tend to draw on both sides of a piece of paper. Like, if I'm working on something like that, like something like really detailed. If it's just sketchbook shit, then I don't really care. But if I'm like going all out on a piece of art, I like to flip it back and forth. And I either put it against a window, or I have a light box. It's not a very good light box. There's a light box. It's out there. It exists. And I just flip the paper back and forth and just keep fixing stuff until I like it. And then I just basically pick one side that will be like the finished look of it. I'm sorry, but I have something to say. I'm Roxy Andrews, and I have something to say here, bitch. I gotta fix this hand. So I had somebody once critique. Was it me or somebody else? I just carry the world's artistic burden, so it might have actually been somebody else, and I just took it to heart. But they called drawing like really long palms like this, because I'm not sure where the fingers. I think this is like the knuckles. These long palms they call them gorilla palms. And it took me a long time before I could actually like see them in people's art. I don't know why. I have like art blindness or something. I guess it takes a while to develop that critical eye. I'm not saying you don't have it or anything. I'm just saying. But anyway, all you really got to do is just move the knuckles back a little bit. Now they might actually be back here, and I'm just not looking at it correctly or something. By the way, I'm drawing a hand almost exactly like this in another drawing right now. I'm coming for you, bitch. By the way, I love this character's outfit. Like the little constellation. Oh my god, that totally reminds me. I have to buy a sweater, you guys. Emmy's getting cold. I had to buy a sweater. I want a sweater with like some stars on it or some shit. I already have a sweater with some stars on it, but it's like not a pullover. I want a pullover. I'm sorry, Signy. I'm just like talking about my day-to-day life over here drawing, because there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what really else to say about this. Now I'm just kind of like restyling your drawing to look like one of mine. That's not how Emmy draws thumbs. This is how Emmy draws thumbs. I don't know. I'm being a jerk. Okay, so really quick, I might actually try to like warp this foot. Like I'll just use my own, and I'll try to like warp it into position. Wouldn't that be neat? Let's try that. Just see what it looks like. I think that'd be kind of a funsy thing to do. Let me fade this a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of some of this red, just so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. Maybe another thing is like, just adjusting it slightly. Oh man, I just remembered a really weird dream I had last night. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I just had like a moment. Okay, anyway. This might be a total waste of time, and if so, I apologize. Let me, where's that quick selection tool? This thing is so awesome. I only recently kind of figured this out. There's this tool called the quick selection tool, and it's under the magic wand, and it looks like a paintbrush with like the dotted marquee around it. Let's... yeah, do that. Then layer via copy. I'll just turn all that shit off for a minute. So then we can take these and go whoop. Well, maybe. This might be a little more of a pain than I was. Emy. Pumpkin faces are all smashy. I was close. Look at that. Look how close I got that. As far as like the distance from the hill of I'm a proud Emy. Oops. And let me just use the let's use warp. We'll just kind of smash in the sides a little bit. Smash. I'm sorry if I'm breaking the rules by painting over this. I just thought it'd be fun. We're all learning together. I'm not painting on the original, by the way. This is like my little copy. I don't normally do like digital painty, redliney kind of stuff, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. And also this would be like a 5-minute episode if I didn't. And then we're just gonna let the content aware fill try to figure this out for me. Wow, that did a terrible job. Thank you. It did okay. I didn't exactly tell it. I didn't give it like a good... That's my bad. There. It's perfect. Just completely fix this. I'm totally ruining this drawing. It's awesome. Okay. Signy's like, nah. It's called having fun. It's called experimenting. Clearly, you would want to go through and like appropriately render this shit because I'm just like, just barging in here. I'm having fun though. This is a very quiet Redline Tuesday, but it's a fun one. See here, and then we'll just blend it out. It's like I didn't even ruin it. Blend, blend, blend more. It's not terrible, I will say, for just like a really rough go at this. I feel like I've messed up the distance between the heels, or this one was always further than the other. But the other thing you could do is have the toe pointed down, which is like not really what I did here, but that bridge has been burnt. So now that I've completely destroyed the drawing. But I think it's like kind of getting into the ballpark of correct footiness. And if I had more time to sit and like really render on this, I could. Let's see here. The other thing that doesn't help is I'm not using a blending brush. I'm like using just my regular Redline Tuesday brush. Perfect. It's just good as new. I kind of ruined it. I apologize. Yeah, maybe you'd want to point the toe down more. I'm a bad person. Okay, I kind of ruined it, but that's one way to fix it. But like I said, the other way to do it is to draw the bottom of the foot and then go and like peel it. No. Oops. And then like peel it down like that till it's the bottom of the foot's going a different way. So draw it straight. Do your little transforming tool. You get the hang of it after a while. I do it all the time when I'm sketching. It looks better like this. I would say don't do what Emmy did. Think about your sheet. It might also help to have the pant leg pulled up more on this side, like just to show the depth. A deep cut, if you will. Something like that. And if I had more than 30 minutes, I could probably give it a more honest Johnson paint over, but I don't. So this is what you're getting. But I think that is hunky-dory for the most part. And also you probably have the original palettes and everything for this to make it a little easier to blend, but that is one way to do it, definitely. Alright, well I think that is good to go. I want to thank Signy for sending me this awesome drawing. I really like it a bunches. And, oh, I like the bats too. By the way, this is slightly cropped down from what they originally sent me just because I needed it to fit the screen a little better and also save me some room on my computer. and focus on the main character, but it's actually a little bit wider. I really like these bats. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna go now and keep sending me stuff for Redline Tuesday at emy.bitner at IntroducingEmy.com, emy.bitner at IntroducingEmy.com, and just say, yeah, Redline Tuesday, send it to me, because I'm down to like 2. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.